In this video, you'll see how to lay a house connection. For this, you will need the following tools: a socket wrench, a plastic hammer, a polyethylene cutter, a chamferer, lubricant, a folding ruler and marker, disinfectant, a tap faucet key, a flushing attachment, a pipe wrench, a hot tapping tool and a flow stop, and a spanner. In the Netherlands, a house connection has two stopcocks, one for the supply to the house and one to prevent the pipes from draining during repairs or maintenance. Assemble the bridge so that the stopcock is placed right above the casing tube. The main valve contains a slider that will pull the union nut towards the water meter. A traction ring and an O-ring ensure that the connection will be tight and sealed. Disinfect the pipe all around using, for example, a chlorine solution. Clear at least half a meter around both sides of where the clamp will be placed, so that you have enough space to disinfect. Place all necessary items on a tarpaulin. Keep items in their packaging until you need them. There will be markings on the pipe with information useful for future repairs or maintenance. That is why a pipe is always installed with the information facing upwards for easy future viewing. The clamp contains a rubber gasket. The clamp is tightened using wedges. Tighten the clamps evenly with a rubber or plastic hammer. This will seal the saddle and the pipe. Apply tape or sealing cord to the service tap. Screw the service tap by hand on the connection of the clamp and then tighten the last bit with a spanner. Make sure the service tap is fitted facing the correct direction. It should be fitted in the pulling position. Use a service tap key to remove the plunger and attach the coupler to the service tap. Use a square, hexagon or an octagon fitting wrench. Use locking pliers for anything that is round. Cover your work area when not in use to avoid contamination. Guide the polyethylene pipe through the casing tube. Keep the lids in place at both ends of the casing tube until assembly. On a long connection like this, we want to limit pressure loss to no more than 50 kPa. That's why we attach a reducer coupling in front of the facade of the house to go down from a diameter of 32 mm to 25 mm. Mark the insertion length where the cuffs will be placed. Always use a marker that doesn't contain plasticizer so as to avoid future damage to the casing tube. Disinfect the connection and apply lubricant. Do this with the spout of the bottle on the outside of the tube. Never apply lubricant with your fingers. Push the cuffs up to the markers. Always leave parts like these in its packaging as long as possible. Cut the polyethylene pipe and bevel the edges. Always measure the insertion length on the outside of a tap or a pipe to avoid contamination. Apply lubricant and connect the pipe to the tap. In a moment, you will broach the distribution pipe. Install a flush connection to prevent drill cuttings from seeping into the pipe. You'll have to flush out the connection at least 3 times. Attach the drilling tool to the service tap. At this moment, disinfection is vital because you are about to broach the distribution pipe. The diameter of the drill depends on the type of service tap. Placed around the drill is a brass sleeve, which is attached to the drill rod. The sleeve is set to fine speed. This makes it possible to drill slowly and with control. You will now hear the water running towards the flush connection. Remove the drill in a clockwise fashion. This is very important to make sure the plug stays put in the drill. Check if this is the case. Close the tap on the drilling tool. Pressure is now removed and you can remove the mill containing the plug. Clean the plunger and screw it in a straight fashion into the main tap. If you now open the tap, you can remove the plunger and remove the drilling tool. Close the service tap. Another option is to build up the service tap with a spindle, so that you don't have to dig it up when it needs to be operated. Remove the flush connection. Make sure that the water meter is assembled in the correct direction and that the meter contains the check valve. Keep disinfecting. Attach the water meter to the tap and place it horizontally. Remove the closure on the service tap and use a service tap key to pull up the plunger. The service tap is now closed off on top, while at the same time the pipe to the water meter is opened. Close the service tap and disinfect the surrounding area. Key points. Continuously disinfect the works. Attach lubricant to the outside of a pipe with the spout of the bottle. Keep your workplace tidy and clean.